Hey guys, welcome to We Make Change. Today I'm going to show you how we've gone about setting in reclaimed wooden windows, just like this one here. Stay tuned. So we've currently set in 2 windows and 1 door. The next window up is the kitchen window right here. When you're putting your building wrap up, you're best to run your building wrap over all the openings. So now I'm going to make a cut in the paper so we can put the window in its place. Again, there's many ways of doing this. This is the way I've settled on. You come up, and I find it's best doing this inside the house. Come up to the corner, nice sharp knife. Just come back a few mils from the corner so it rolls over nicely. Approximately a 45, cut down. Few hundred mils. We're using pretty top quality building paper by Dupont, an American company. This is called UV Facade. This is a totally breathable, UV proof building wrap. So now you want to tie this building paper back. If you get that nice and tight, get a staple gun or a staple hammer. So we've chosen to slope our windowsill. As you can see here, that the sill's actually sloping outwards. The way I did this, I just got a planer and a chisel and just got about a 5 to 10 degree angle slope on this. So if any water does get onto your sill, which hopefully it's not, but as an extra safety precaution, the water's always going to run away from the inside of the house. So to flash the sill and the top of the jambs, we're using the same system or the same product type, Flaxwrap NF. I found this product has been an absolute dream to work with. So what the product specifications say is that you need to go 150 mils up your jambs. So what I've been doing here is just marking the middle of the sill. So here's the 2-stage release. So you want to be a little bit careful here because it is quite sticky, but so this part here is going to go on the jambs and the sill, and this other second release will push around and wrap on the outside of the house. So the first step is to just release this. I do find one niggly little thing is it kind of leaves, if you don't pull it evenly, it leaves little bits behind, which can be a bit of a pain, because obviously it's not going to stick there. So I think it's sort of slow and steady wins the race. Just want to be careful obviously not to drop the sticky butyl into a pile of sawdust. Now this stuff's quite good because it is pressure sensitive, so you can stick it down to things and still get it off as long as you haven't applied too much pressure. So double it over, go back to your centre mark. It's quite nice, I can just run it straight down this edge here to line it up. So when you get to the corner there, you want to just make sure you get right in the corner before you start going up the jamb. see now it wants to shoot off on an angle because of my angle sill. You can sort of correct that a bit, it's flexible, and just pull it round. If you're happy with where that's sitting, and give it a good old hard roll. Now this is when it activates now, is when you get a bit of pressure behind it. Unpeel the second release paper all the way around. Now it's good practice on these corners just to bang a staple in there, because they do want to peel back a bit. Just a note on the staples I'm using, they are stainless steel, so they're not going to rust. And back on the roller again. So there's the finished sill flashing. As you can see, because there's no joins in the corner here, it's totally continuous. There's just no way that any water through your weakest point usually, which is this bottom corner or corners, there's no way that any water is going to get through there. I just thought I'd take early smoko. What I want to show you guys is just got some water here in this angled sill. Now we've got the flex wrap on. You can see that the water's only going to run one way. So I've just been away undercoating the frame and the windows, and also putting the first top coat on. This will make painting easier later, just to apply one finishing coat as opposed to two. I've also, as you can see there, I've just temporarily screwed some plywood to the sides, because this is a old school timber window. There's no flanges around the side, as you'd typically get in a newer window these days. So I've just found that helps me set the window. Okay, the other peel and stick product that we're using for this project is the tyvek flashing tape. You can see I've already used it up here. It matches the UV Facade building wrap. Again, that's 100mm, I think, is it? Or is it? No, 80mm. 80mm tape with one release on the back. So here I just want to tape up this flex wrap, because I don't want to see this flex wrap sticking out under the window. So this here hides that, and also just creates another waterproof layer for water so water can't penetrate. So we're now inside the house, looking at the bottom sill of the window, and what we're trying to do here, if any water gets in down here, we want it to be able to run away down the slope sill. Now it's not going to run away if there's too tight a gap or no gap at all. The hardware store sells these spacers or shims or packers. They come in different colours for the different thicknesses, and you can stack them up obviously on top of each other. You can fold them over like that, so to get all sorts of different combinations of thicknesses. So that's lifted the two ends up quite well. Now there's a good gap, and we just want to check for level. So for my rough opening, which is the cut in the house, I've allowed about a 10mm gap all the way around. So that gives you a little bit of enough play. If the window's out of true, you can rock it over. It also means too, if you're really worried about setting the height of your windows, so each window in a lineup will line up perfectly. You've got a bit more, you've got a bit of juggling space. So now we just want to check level on the window jambs. They need a little bit of work. It's also good just to check that your windows are actually opening and closing, and to go outside and just see what's going on with these gaps to make sure they're running parallel. It's all looking sweet. As you can see here, I've just popped in a packer. I'm setting these beside the hinges here and here. I may also put one here, just see how we go. I've just cut these out of it's just H 1.2 framing timber. Another thing you want to check, apart from making sure it's level, is, for example, if you put a packer in here and put too much pressure on it, it's going to want to bow the wood this way. So you just want to make sure that this here is staying sort of nice and square. Now we've got the window all set in place and screwed down. The windows are operating correctly. Now we're left with is a gap all the way around the window. So I've sourced some backing rod from the local hardware store. This is a polyethylene. It's closed cell, so it's water resistant. It also forms around corners really well. You can get this in various thicknesses. So you want your gap to ideally be a few mils smaller than the backing rod that you're sticking in. Now if you just push this in a few mils, you've got a nice sort of surface to silicone or cork to. And I mean, the advantage of this is you're not going to waste 10 tubes of silicone on one window. So there's the backing rod installed. You can see I've just tucked it straight around that corner. So it also creates a pretty watertight seal. Now it's time to fit the window trim. We've chosen to fit some pine trim. It's 20 by 100. We've painted this with a 3-part system using Resene quick dry for the primer. That dries in a couple of hours, so that's a real good product. And then we're using, for 2 top coats, we're using the Resene Lustacryl in gold grey, and that's a water-based paint. So the first thing to do is line your piece of wood up. Now we want to create roughly a 3mm gap here. You don't want to put that flush, because with any movement, and of course a mobile house is going to be a lot of movement, that's just going to split and going to look awful. So you're better off to exaggerate it and leave a little gap. And you've also got these hinges too, so you've got to go around those.